delighted that John is working together with me on this. As you know, he's the chairman of the very important subcommittee on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, which I'm honored to serve, and the two of us together representing two political parties on both sides of the aisle. We are pushing this and we're all for this, and it's very important that we do this because this is not a political thing. This should be the goal of every American. I couldn't put it better than Congressman Shimkus. We want competition at the pump. We want people to know that they have choices. Choices usually brings down prices if there's competition. If there's no competition, well, then there's a monopoly, and they can charge whatever they like, and no one has any choice. You have to buy it. And when we look at the cost of gasoline today, and we see it at $3 and $4 a gallon, we have to know that there needs to be choices. If you go into Brazil, I've admired the Brazilians because in the 1970s, they made a decision that they would become If you go into Brazil and into a gas station, you can get ethanol, methanol, gasoline, whatever it is, and they have to compete for people's money. And that's all that we want. And so our legislation simply says that by a date certain, that 50% of all cars manufactured in the United States of America will be flex fuel cars. And a few years after that, 80% of the cars will be flex fuel cars. Now, I can understand the opposition to this if it meant it would be $5,000 more per car in order to do this. But people are always amazed when I tell them that it's $100 or less per car to do this. So when we talk about having plug-in hybrids and cars like that, I'm all for that. But if you buy a Chevy Bolt, it's going to be about $40,000. What they could pay by getting a regular car. But here it isn't that at all. Here it's about $100 more, and people who are in the know tell me it could be as low as $35. So I think it's just crazy for the United States of America not to be able to do this as a very important step in asserting our energy independence and saying that we are sick and tired of being held captive by foreign despots because we need their oil. I don't care if it's Hugo Chavez in Venezuela or the Saudi royal family in Saudi Arabia. We don't want to be dependent on that. This country deserves better. And so our bill is a common sense approach. It's a bipartisan approach. And we hope that the Congress will adopt it very soon. There's no reason not to.